Hey everyone, just wanted to take a couple minutes to go over your assignment for this week, our last short stories assignment on speech sounds by Octavia Butler. Go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so once again, you'll be doing this in a text submission, so you'll type your answers right into the text box. First thing you're going to want to do is read speech sounds. You can find it on pages 341 to 350 of the book, but I've also attached a file with the story in it. And it says there in parentheses, you see right here, or in the file attached under the assignment instructions, ignore the italicized section at the beginning, right? When you open up that file, there's going to be this introduction in italics on the first page. And you'll see under the italics, once it at the end of that section, you'll see that it's written by Isaac Asimov. So that whole section in italics is not the story. That is just an introduction to the story. The story actually begins underneath that, and it's not in italics, right? So ignore the part in italics, just read the story. Do not use any outside resources. Do your best to simply answer these basic questions, and then we will cover the story next week. Your first question is, what details in the first two paragraphs of the actual story let the readers know that the story takes place in the future following some type of breakdown in society? All right, so it says, note, if you're using the attached file to read the story, please be aware that this question is asking you to look at the first two paragraphs of the actual story, not the italicized introduction by Isaac Asimov located above the story. Okay, it is not, you're not supposed to be looking at that section in italics. Look at the first two paragraphs of the actual story and explain what details are provided that let us know this story is taking place in the future following some type of breakdown in society. Then, what do we learn about people who are left-handed in the story? And based on what we learned about left-handed people, what can we infer about people who are right-handed? So there's a section of the story that actually talks about what left-handed people are like. Things that we learn about left-handed people. It never comes right out and says, okay, this is what right-handed people are like. But we can infer that if left-handed people are like this, right-handed people probably are not like this, right? That's, I mean, what do we learn about left-handed people, and what can we infer about right-handed people? And then, of course, question 3, what questions do you have after reading the story? Okay, do your best. We will cover this in detail next week, okay? If you have questions or run into any problems, let me know. Otherwise, just do your best to have it in by Sunday night.